and there is no attorney representing Erica Bowie in this courtroom or on this court Zoom at this time. Driving in the state of Michigan without a driver's license is an offense at the time that the officer pulled this person over. Therefore, a habeas warrant will be issued on behalf of Erica Bowie. That concludes this matter, Madam Court Reporter.
Well, Judge, I object. I object. I object. I sent in all my paperwork to sustain what it is that I'm sharing with you this morning. I object to your calling. I object to your ruling.
You have a right to appeal. That concludes this matter, this hearing for today. You have a good day, ma'am.
This case starts off unusual, but quickly spirals into something far more serious. A routine court appearance turns into a tense legal standoff when the defendant refuses to recognize the court's authority. Instead of answering basic questions, she claims she exists outside the court's jurisdiction entirely, invoking identity shifts, sovereign status, and indigenous affiliations as her legal defense. Now here's where things get intense. The judge isn't dealing with hypotheticals. She's bound by strict courtroom procedure. And when those procedures aren't followed, the consequences escalate fast. What you're about to witness is a clash between personal belief and established law. One side insists on autonomy, the other enforces legal structure. But the real question is, can someone actually remove themselves from the jurisdiction of a court just by declaring it? And what happens when the system refuses to accept that claim? Stay with us, because this situation builds step by step, and the outcome may not be what you expect.
For the record, I am
Right here, things take a critical legal turn. The defendant is essentially arguing that she is not subject to the authority of the court, what's often referred to as a sovereign citizen type argument. She's claiming a separate legal identity and jurisdiction, which she believes exempts her from this case. But here's the reality. Courts in the United States do not recognize unilateral declarations of immunity from jurisdiction. You can't simply opt out of the legal system by filing paperwork or declaring a different status. Jurisdiction is determined by law, not personal belief. And notice the judge's response: calm, direct, and procedural. She's not debating ideology. She's focusing on one simple requirement. The named defendant must be present or represented by a licensed attorney. So now the tension builds, because the defendant refuses to comply with that basic requirement. And when that happens in court, things usually don't end well.
Excuse me, I've been waiting. I'm just trying to get my Zoom and everything.
Take your time. In the meantime, Ms. Bowie,
Okay, here I am.
Ms. Bowie, if you're not wearing a head covering for purposes or for illness, I am asking it.
This is part of my spiritual awareness and awakening, part of my indigenous belief and practices. Pardon me?
Do you have an attorney to represent you today?
I am standing in as the beneficiary of Erica Bowie. I am not of this jurisdiction. I proclaim my status in 2016 and documents were forwarded to the board to state this, to let you know that I am a part of League of Indian Nation. I am not of this jurisdiction, and I ask that the case be dismissed.
Okay. The dismissal is denied. Will you state your name for the record?
All rights reserved. For the record, all rights reserved is what I go by. I am standing in as the beneficiary of Erica Bowie.
Okay, so Ms. Bowie, the On the Zoom, we have an appearance that states Erica Bowie as your name. Is your name Erica Bowie?
My name is Bowie L.
Okay, so as you named yourself, did you name yourself on the Zoom as Erica Bowie?
No, your clerk changed the name.
Okay. And so unless we have an actual Erica Bowie in the courtroom or an attorney appearing on behalf of Erica Bowie on the
I am the beneficiary of Erica Bowie. I am standing.
Now the defendant doubles down, presenting multiple documents, proclamations, notarized letters, and identification tied to her claimed affiliation. From her perspective, this is proof that she exists outside the legal framework of the state. But here's the key issue. Documentation only matters if it's legally recognized by the court. And none of the documents she's referencing override state law or court rules. This is where a lot of people get confused. Having paperwork doesn't automatically make a legal argument valid. The judge isn't dismissing her claims emotionally. She's rejecting them procedurally. Because at the end of the day, the court only operates within recognized legal standards. So the real conflict here isn't just disagreement. It's a complete disconnect between what the defendant believes is legally binding and what the court actually accepts as law. And that gap, that's about to lead to a major consequence.
For Erica Bowie.
They're not present.
So I'm going to ask one more time if Erica Bowie is in the courtroom before we issue a KBS. If Erica Bowie is in the courtroom, not the beneficiary of Erica Bowie, but actually Erica Bowie needs to be in appearance in this courtroom today. Well,
this is what they wrote the ticket up under. Okay. I showed the police officer all my papers and documentations as well. And this is what they wrote up. It should be in the docket, all my documentation and my identification with League of Indian Nation, my proclamation, my notarized letter from the state of Michigan stating I am not a corporation, verified by Benson. And also it was 4 pieces of documents. Oh, and a picture of my ID with League of Indian Nations.
Okay, so again,
you have those items in the document.
I cannot proceed without Erica Bowie actually being in the courtroom and stating your name for the record as Erica Bowie. Erica Bowie is the person on my docket. Erica Bowie needs to be the person and or an attorney who represents Erica Bowie.
Well, for the record, Your Honor, I am the beneficiary of Erica Bowie.
Without Erica Bowie being in the courtroom, I cannot proceed.
Well, that's not.
This moment is crucial. The prosecutor steps in and clearly lays out the rule. Only a licensed attorney can represent another individual in court. Not a beneficiary, not a family member, not someone claiming authority. Only a legally recognized attorney. This isn't just a technicality. It's a fundamental rule of courtroom procedure. Without it, the entire legal system would collapse into chaos, with anyone attempting to represent anyone else without accountability or qualification. But listen closely. The defendant acknowledges that identifying herself as the person named in the case would place her under the court's jurisdiction, and that's exactly what she's trying to avoid. So now we have a standoff. The court says, identify yourself and proceed. She says, I won't, because that gives you authority over me. At this point, the outcome is almost inevitable. When a defendant refuses to properly appear or be represented, the court has very limited options left.
By my lack of, that's because that's what you choose to do. But I have sent all that information into my docket, and it should all be at your.
Okay, and it's being based on the court rule.
I'm sorry, you're talking, but I can't hear anything.
Ms. Boyd,
To show you who I am, it states it all. It states all of it.
I'm about to get on record. May it please this honorable court, Dante Goss, P60162, on behalf of the people. Your Honor, for someone to represent another person in the courtroom, they must be a licensed attorney from the state of Michigan. Personal representative, beneficiaries, or anything of that nature are not allowed by court rules. So we need the actual defendant to appear in this matter.
Well, me stating to you all that I am Erica Bowie will put me in your jurisdiction, and I am not in your jurisdiction, and I've sent all documentation stating that.
you may not be, but Miss Erica Bowie is, and so I will issue a habeas on Erica Bowie at this time.
But once again, Your Honor, Erica Bowie is stating, Erica Bowie has stated that she is no longer. She has a new identity, new jurisdiction that she is a part of. I'm from the Katapow Nation, and I am a part of League of Indian Nation of North America. I have a right to pertain to my family business. I have a right to see to it that my children's needs are made. Anything pertaining to my family, sustainability, and upliftment, I have a right to see to that. And the police officer saw that I was pertaining to my family right. I can't hear you.
Okay, I was on mute so that my court clerk could answer the call, and I did not. I wanted there to be a very clear record. And I've stated once, and I'm going to state for a final time, if Erica Bowie is not in the courtroom, pursuant to the court rules, and there is no attorney representing Erica Bowie in this courtroom or on this court Zoom at this time, driving in the state of Michigan without a driver's license is an offense. At the time that the officer pulled this person over. Therefore, at a habeas, a warrant will be issued on behalf of Erica Bowie. That concludes this matter, Madam Court Reporter.
Well, Judge, I object. I object. I object. I sent in all my paperwork to sustain what it is that I'm sharing with you this morning. I object to your calling.
And just like that, the situation reaches its conclusion. The judge issues a warrant, not out of frustration, but because legally, there was no valid appearance by the defendant. Without proper identification or representation, the court simply cannot proceed. This case highlights something extremely important. No matter what personal beliefs or documents someone presents, the legal system operates on established laws and procedures. You can challenge a ruling, you can appeal a decision, but you cannot bypass the system entirely by declaring independence from it. The judge even makes that clear at the end. There is a path forward, but it's through the appeals process, not refusal. Now here's the big question for you. Do you think the defendant truly believed in her argument, or was this a misunderstanding of how the legal system works? And more importantly, should courts handle situations like this differently? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.
I object to your ruling.
You have a right to appeal. That concludes this matter, this hearing for today. You have a good day, ma'am.
And I know, Judge, that this is not something that you don't know of. I have all my documentations to back up everything that I'm stating. It's unfortunate. It's
Appeal. You will have to appeal my decision. I made a decision. I made a ruling. You
but that's not fair, and that
the
for me,
proper procedure is to go to the higher court. You have a appellate right. You can exercise your appellate right. That concludes this matter, and you have a good.
but it should have been ended here. I stated to you that I am not of your jurisdiction.